Hey, what's going on, Moon Kitty Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully, people's Prismatic Evolutions pre-orders are going to go in. I've seen several people on Instagram today posting where some of their pre-orders had issues, either getting slashed or not getting them at all. I guess some people bit off more than they could chew. Some stores actually promised more allocation than they were going to receive. Whether it's their fault, whether it's not, it still sucks for people that are not going to get their stuff. And I'm just be on the lookout for some people not fulfilling pre-orders and people saying they're promised to. Some dates being pushed back. That kind of stuff happens with sets like this. It's unfortunate. Just make sure you're protecting yourselves. Why is this set in such demand? Why does everybody want a little bit of the prismatic evolutions? I'll tell you why. The Umbreon, the EX, not a Moonbreon, even though some people are calling it a Moonbreon. But yeah, it's going to be that sucker right there. It's doing some crazy stuff. I don't think it's going to surprise anybody, especially with like English being king right now. It's the number one thing for everybody to jerk off to and have a whole lot of fun with now. It's like the Pikachu did it, a bunch of other stuff. I think the Latias is still like what, like fucking $260 in English or something like that. You can get the Japanese equivalent for like 60, 70. It looks better in my opinion, but that's just me. There I go, pumping Japanese again. But one of those things, it's your preference. You do what you want. But when it comes to this card in particular, in Japanese, it was looking at like what? I think it's like 240, 250. I think the price is still going down for it too. But we have the Umbreon EX SAR right here with the eBay and the cha-ching sticker on. Oh, that's how you know it's going to be a grand old time right there. That's that special promo stickers going on. We got the pre-sale Pokemon Prismatic Evolutions Umbreon EX Scarlet Violet 8 161 of 131. Whoa, crazy. It's going to ship February 17th. That's when they're going to have one, apparently. That's when it's going to just be right at your fucking doorstep, baby. Look at that price, though, from a 99.1% positive seller, too. $2,299, so $2,300, right on the fucking money, is what this card's swinging out for. I don't think they actually thought that price is a very good idea as well, because if you looked a little later, I noticed it dropped down to like $13.49, which it could have dropped further again. I don't know. I had to take a snapshot and be like, enough is enough at some point. But fucking look at these prices, man. This is going to be the card of the year. It's 2025. It's day 2. And we already have like cards of the year. What are we doing here? We just have what needs to be invested in when it comes to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Look at that. It's an Umbreon. We had an Umbreon before. We have an Umbreon now. There's people asking, oh, should I go ahead and do pre? There's always people asking whether you should take up these pre-orders or not. I'm always of the firm belief, absolutely fucking not. Like, if you truly want to, you want to be able to get like your PSA 10 lickety split. There's some people that do it. There's some, I don't have anything against people that are actively trying to do it. I will say you are probably setting prices when it comes to that. You're probably going to have an influence on card prices being a little higher after pre-release. Fuck it, you got the money, you want to make your 10, you want to actually flip some stuff. I can't even imagine what an English PSA 10 Umbreon VMAX is going to look like for the very first one. I mean, the Pikachu did some crazy stuff. That was like a confirmed sale for well over $2,000. So I could see the Umbreon. It's better than Pikachu. Artistically and the card and everything too. I think Umbreon EX is a better looking card than Pikachu. Not to say the Pikachu EX SAR, or SIR, excuse me, the English and Japanese, I get confused. Whoa. Not to say that Pikachu's like a bad looking card. I still think it's a nice card, but definitely the Umbreon, in my opinion, has a little bit more appeal. And I'm not even a big Evolution fan now. Should you get these prices? Should you actually get for this? Is it going to stay at this price? No, it's not going to stay at this price. This isn't what it's going to be. People can do some weird things when it comes to English product, and with the allocation of stuff being a little bit low, I can easily see some people putting some things in people's heads and be like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be super easy to get, guys. It looks like the product's being all munched up. Looks like one guy's got all the product on Whatnot and Drip, and we're just left with the feed, so you might want to pick up these card prices while you can. Like I said, you're an adult. You do you. You pick up whatever cards you want. You're big boys and girls out there. Do you. But I really do think that some people are going to fall for a hell of a lot of FOMO, and some people I think are going to be held just holding a bag for this shit, and it's actually going to be pretty bad for some of these cards, because I guarantee all the evolutions are going to kind of get this treatment where they're going to have a super inflated price, but I guarantee a couple of them are just going to fucking drop, just down to the fucking ground. I swear they will. Evolution this, Evolution that. There's plenty of fucking cheap Evolution cards that nobody really cares about. And there's some that really haven't moved too much in Japanese and in English, where it's like people have like the picky, choosy ones they like. Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies, that's probably going to be the standard for a little bit. I could see a card like this coming up and being a contender, but remember, Umbreon VMAX, the Moonbreon, is not even the only Umbreon VMAX in that generation. There's a nice trainer gallery one too that really never received any kind of praise or anything like that. There's people that were holding on to it in Japanese, thinking it was going to be some kind of candy cane card where it was just going to be all the craze and the talk of town. It definitely has a really good art style. I really do like, I personally like the Karen's Umbreon VMAX a little bit more. more than the Umbreon VMAX from Eevee Heroes Evolving Skies. That's just me personally, but I mean, the price says what it is. That's how people generally feel about it. That's what people are paying for it. But it's cool. You can get a good card for a little bit cheaper, and I think the Umbreon EX SAR, at least the SAR, is going to go down. The actual Japanese version, I don't think it's going to stay too pricey at all. Are people going to try to manipulate it a little bit? Sure. People going to try to pump it up a little bit? Are people going to actually like make that card go up in value once the stock's eaten up? Absolutely. But I do think this set's going to be around for a good little bit. There's going to be some open pre-orders. I hope people are still getting their pre-orders. Like I said, I just saw too many people posting where it's like, oh fuck, my pre-orders are just gone. What's going on here? What's good? Like, and it's kind of all across the board. I really think people are just biting off a little more they can chew when it comes to allocations. It's fine. That's a set. Pre-order stuff's always weird. It's always a weird time frame. People always kind of do some weird things that I'm not going to say you're not going to get your card. I'm not going to say you're not going to, there's not even like building battle sets for this shit. So like how people are getting it like really early or how they're promising it to you is kind of like a little sketchy at best for some of that. But I mean, you do you get what you want. You pick up what you, just pre-order shit sketch. Do what you will. Pay your prices. I think it's going to go down. I think people are going to be left holding the bag if people purchase this, but there are people who grade it and fucking want the first PSAs and all that stuff. That's usually the main reason like people pay these prices and buy these card set stuff. Do you? It's not the best card in the set, in my opinion. That honor goes to the Goldango and the Palafin, personally to me. But hey, that's how I feel. Make your responsible decisions. You do you. That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. See you later. Yeah, the tree's still up. I'll take it down. Take it down eventually. Stuff happened today. It is what it is. It still looks good too. I mean, it's January. It's cold outside. It feels, in my opinion, more like Christmas now than it did last month. It's cold as shit here.